Hello, callers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We start with Franck Kessie, as it has been reported that Barca are not ruling out nor the player to stay at the club next season. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Barca legend Lionel Messi, who in a recent interview, insists that he has nothing left to achieve in football. So guys, as we get right into the full story, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. If you have just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are highly welcome. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. As we close in on the summer window, FC Barcelona are making huge efforts to try and make some player sales apart from the stars who were away on loan last season. The club are also trying to offload three first-team stars in the form of Ansu Fati, Franck Kessie, and Ferran Torres. However, things are not straightforward as many people think for Barca, as they are facing a lot of roadblocks in their effort to offload the aforementioned players. But according to a fresh report from Catalan outlet Sport, the club are not ruling out the continuity of Franck Kessie at the club if he does not receive offers in the range of 35 million euros. The Blaugrana signed the Ivorian international for a free last summer, and any fee that Barca receive will be recorded as net profit in the books. However, Barca are clear that it will not make sense for them at all to sell Franck Kessie for an insignificant price, which will not even allow them to replace him with another quality player in that position. So what's the need? Barcelona might have put Franck Kessie on the transfer list, but they are clear that he can be an asset to the club as he brings a different kind of flavor to the midfield owing to his profile, which is most contrasting to the other players that Xavi really wants in that position. So as such, the La Liga champions FC Barcelona will only consider selling Franck Kessie if an offer in the region of around 35 million euro were to arrive. If not, they are not against the idea of keeping the player at Barcelona this upcoming season. So far, Inter Milan have been the club to show the most interest in Franck Kessie. However, they are not even capable of paying money for his signing and instead pushing for player exchange deals. Barca are hoping some teams from the Premier League come forward as well to pay the fee for the former AC Milan man, but there has been no moment thus far, so only time will tell what happens with Franck Kessie's future in the summer. Of course, Franck Kessie has been one of those players that have been greatly linked with an exit as Barcelona look to trim down their massive wage bill. And of course, selling players who were not supposed to go might be very possible because Laporta have said it many times that the club first before any other player, and trying to save the club from going bankrupt is more important than selling any other player, whether you are a star or not. Barcelona, of course, have a lot to do this summer in order to ensure that they meet the requirements of financial fair play. So it is very clear, even after La Liga approved the financial viability plan of the club, La Liga have made it clear that Barca must sell in order to buy players, which means that the number of activities are just way too much for Barca this time. And it still baffles me that up to now, Barca have still not kicked off with some of these transactions like, okay, we have sold this player already, knowing fully well that when the window officially opens in Spain, they'll just go ahead, start buying the players. So there's still a lot that needs to be done, and they have not done it. Franck Kessie, of course, have always insisted that he wants to stay at Barca. His agent have also come out and said to the media, look, all those rumors linking this guy to those clubs is a lie. Franck Kessie wants to stay. Franck Kessie wants to stay. Of course, everybody wants to stay. Nobody will say, yes, I want to leave. Franck Kessie have not had a good season. Not his fault entirely, but Xavi has not favored him regularly. But I think the few opportunities that Franck Kessie has had, he has not performed bad. He has been putting his all to ensure that he can impress the onlooking Xavi Hernandez. And it's just rather unfortunate for Franck Kessie that at the time when the club really needs to trim down the massive wage bill, they might use him as one of the scapegoats in that. Of course, he came in just last year, and normally it's going to be harsh for any player coming just for one season. And it's not even like he was playing regularly, coming just for one season and playing very sparsely within that time. And so the very next season is kind of harsh, you know. But let's see what happens. Inter Milan have been the most talked about club showing interest in Franck Kessie. And yesterday we even got some rumors of a potential swap deal that Inter Milan were proposing between the two players, talking about Marcelo Brozovic and Franck Kessie. But according to report, Barca refused that proposal from Inter Milan as they want a cash sale and nothing more from the Serie A giants. So let's see how things go from here on as Barcelona continue to push for player sales in order to have a successful window. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Lionel Messi was the most sought after player in the ongoing transfer market, with Barcelona and Al Hilal fighting tooth and nail to get their hands on the Argentine before he eventually opted for a move to Inter Miami. Shortly after confirming his move to the MLS, Messi sat down with beIN Sport for an exclusive interview where the forward famously uttered the words, "I have achieved everything in football. There is nothing left." Messi's tone might have been very different a year ago when the forward was coming on the back of a difficult first season at PSG. He was looking forward to the prospect of the 2022 FIFA World Cup, but many had not expected Argentina to win the trophy. Eventually, though, Argentina secured the World Cup title for the first time since 1986, with Messi at the forefront of an excellent campaign that saw him being voted as best player of the tournament. Following his World Cup triumph, Messi has indeed won everything, including 7 Ballon d'Or. The Argentine might even be one of the frontrunners to win the Ballon d'Or title in 2024, though he faces stiff competition from Erling Haaland. Apart from Ballon d'Or and the World Cup, Messi has won 4 Champions League, 10 La Liga, 2 Ligue 1, 7 Copa del Rey, and 3 FIFA Club World Cup titles. The 35-year-old has won numerous other individual accolades, including several FIFA Best Awards. The former Barcelona superstar will now try his luck in North America soil as he looks to guide another Inter Miami towards MLS success. The club have not fared well in the recent past, but we hope that the intuition of Messi could shape their fortunes. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.